Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it.
What is up, gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the UMP. I really do appreciate you. My name is MarkSing, and I am your host of the Unapologetic Man Podcast. For those of you who listen to this on audio only, I'm now publishing these to YouTube with video. A lot of people are like, bro, why don't you have video? And I'm like, really? You want to sit here just watching me talk? Why the fuck, right? I guess that's the way humans are, man. They just like to watch people talk. I know when I listen to podcasts on YouTube, I sit there watching the dude, and then halfway through, I'm like, why am I watching this? Then I'll put it aside and just listen to it. But I know you guys get butthurt when there's not video involved. So here I am, boys, right here on video. If you want to go check it out, I'd appreciate it. Also, if you subscribe to my podcast on YouTube, on any of the apps, give me a 5-star review. Email me at CoachMarkSing@gmail.com, and I will send you a bunch of cool shit. The Conversation Sniper, 3 texts to build massive attraction in women. And Guide to the Female Orgasm, make her look like a screaming demon that just got hit with a tornado. So today, gentlemen, we are going to talk about what to do when you just lost your girlfriend. It's happened to all of us, and I'm sure you are probably searching for some advice on how to do that, and you came across my podcast, so I really wanted to deliver the goods. If you've never listened to me before, that's my MO. You can look at my reviews. I always try to over-deliver, so I'm going to try to give you some really tangible tips to get over this girl, move on from her, and start meeting other girls, because as my good buddy John Anthony always says, what do you do when you lost your girl? You go date 4 more. And that's what we're going to try to do for you today. And that's going to help you get over it. And I do have some NLP processes to help with the trauma of a really bad breakup, which I include with my clients when they come work with me. NLP, of course, is neuro-linguistic programming. But if you're not interested in doing that and you just want to get some tips here, I got you. I really want to give you some good advice because I know a lot of you guys are hurting. I was cheated on by my first love. I actually heard her having sex in a dorm room with a different dude. Completely different podcast episode. I have spoken about it a few times on here, but I know the pain, brother. I know how you feel, and I got you in this one. Before I jump into the content, I want to read yet another testimonial from my 3-month coaching program. This is from my boy. What is up, David? I know you still listen to my podcast because you write me sometimes. You're a goddamn champion, and I do appreciate you. All right, here's what David says. MarkSing is a legend that songs will be sung about around campsites for generations to come. Without hesitation, I can tell you Mark puts his heart and soul into every client. I absolutely do. Not only did I grow 3x in my skills with women, I drastically improved in pretty much all other aspects of my life. I am more confident as a business owner, leader, family member, and friend. The lessons are great, but the personalized NLP is what makes this program the best. I truly feel wonderful, and although my 12 weeks is up, I am still using the lessons, material, NLP, and Facebook group to grow into the best version of myself. He is super responsive if you're struggling with any aspects of the program, have any questions, or just need a little motivation. Damn right, David. My only regret is not doing this program earlier. I like that. I like that last part. He follows up with another email. Guys, I'm going to get into the content in a second. Just let me flex up a little bit. David says, if you want to spice it up, first time in my life I've heard not only one, but multiple women say, wow, I don't know what it is about you. I normally don't do these kinds of things in the bedroom as I lead them into our deepest desires. Instead of fuck me, it's please, please, please fuck me, David. And that's been the big change that David has got. So I hope you enjoyed that, gentlemen. I certainly did. David, smack yourself on the ass so hard when the concussion hits and knocks the mustache off your best friend's face, because you are a goddamn champion and I super appreciate you. So you just got broken up with, or perhaps you broke up with her and you're like, what do I do, right? You're thinking about this girl. It's lonely. As human beings, we want to pair bond with the opposite energy polarity. So it's pretty natural to feel sad, to feel you want that girl back. And this is why, boys, I'm going to give you a quick tip here. If your buddy ever breaks up with a girl, never talk shit about that girl. Never be like, oh yeah, Sarah, she was a sea donkey. You're better off without her, man. Good job breaking up with her. Because in 2 days, they're going to be back together. And your friend's going to be like, dude, like, why'd you say that? You're like, oh, I was just trying to help. Like, she's amazing, you know? I was just trying to help you. And then you put yourself in a bad spot. So I've done that many times. I never talk shit. Even after they've been broken up for months and months, I don't talk shit. So it's likely you're going to get back together with her. But the best thing you can do, and people ask me this all the time, is should I block her on social media? Should I delete her number? Yes. Move on from her. There's a reason you guys broke up. Is there not? Either A of all, you decided to break up with her because you didn't feel she was good enough and you wanted to get better women. Maybe that's why you're listening to my podcast. Or she broke up with you, which is a testament to how she feels about you. If she does it once, really, no matter how much you change, she's probably going to do it again. Now, of course, there's different methods and self-esteem issues that could be responsible for why she broke up with you in the first place and can be used to hold her the next time. But why bother? In my opinion, if it didn't work out once, then fucking drop it. Go get some new girls. When you have an abundance mentality, you don't get pissed off when your Coke spills and then you like try to go get it all up off the ground back into the cup and drink it when there's ants and rocks and dirt in it. No, the Coke spills, you're fucking going to the next Coke. You just walk back in the McDonald's, slap a 5 on the fucking counter and get yourself a new goddamn Coke because we have an abundance mentality. So first of all, brother, move on. You have this podcast now. If you just found this through a search of what to do after I break up with my girlfriend, you move on, right? The next step is get on the dating apps. A lot of you guys hate the dating apps. I get it. I hear it day in and day out. Believe me, you don't need to email me telling me how bad the dating apps suck. I know firsthand. I know, okay? They fucking suck. They're a Hasselhoff, but with my templates that I share in the 3-month coaching program, and yes, a little bit here and there throughout this podcast, you can do so much better than all the other schleps who are like, what's up, girl? What are you doing tonight? Why don't you come over? Do you understand, boys? How many guys will first message a girl on the dating apps and say, hey, come over? They go straight for the close. That's not the way to do it. Of course, dating app game is something I've done podcasts on in the past, and I certainly need to redo them because it's been a couple of years. There's so much to talk about. It's like I take years before I repeat anything, as I did my storytelling podcast a few days ago. But if you're first getting on the dating apps, you can do 100 times better than you did before simply by changing the way you do things, simply by changing your messaging. Okay, what I want you to do is get on as many apps as possible. I know the Hasselhoff element of it. Believe me, I get it. And I do understand too that some of you guys get addicted to swiping all day long because it is pretty addicting. What's the next girl? It's designed to do that. Just like Instagram is designed to play off your search and reward instincts, which comes from hunter-gatherer times, right? We're searching for something. Once we get it, we get a big dope of serotonin and dopamine, which makes us feel good, and then we keep doing it. So I understand the dating apps can be addictive. Give yourself 1 hour per day is what I suggest, 1 hour. Okay, you put 1 hour a day into it, either do it Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday. That's 5 to 7 hours a week. I feel that's a worthy investment, especially if you do things like get professional pictures taken. You do things like use my templates to get a better response. You do things like sign up with me in my 3-month coaching program to go through my course so I can teach you exactly how to land these girls. You're going to do a million times better. Couple tips on the pictures, okay? Pictures are literally 80 to 90% of it. You obviously want to look good. You want to be dressed good. Hire a professional photographer. God damn it. I get pictures from my clients because when they come into my program, we do a dating website audit. They send me their pictures. My 3 hottest girlfriends, Marissa, Alicia, and Lindsay, go through their pictures. We tell them which ones to use. But I always say, brothers, hire a goddamn professional photographer. Go out there, take 600 pictures. Yes, I'm really serious. Up to 600 pictures and pick the best 15. Send them to me. My girlfriends go through them. We're going to use about 5. Okay, the first picture should be you looking at the camera, smiling, okay? Not a bunch of fucking people around you, not holding a goddamn dead fish, not doing a backflip into an inverted can off the BMX track jump. Just you looking at the camera, smiling. One quick tip I have about this. If you can take a picture at sunset where the sun is setting this way, actually, this is kind of one of the advantages of video right here. Interesting. The sun is coming this way towards your face, and the photographer is standing also over there, shooting towards your face so that the sunset is making your eyes light up. The beautiful eyes that you have. That when you and I make eye contact, it's chemistry, bro. It's chemistry. And when you make eye contact with that female, it's going to be chemistry. So looking into a sunset, you get some pictures taken of yourself, dress nicely, a couple different outfits, and then throw some pictures in there of you doing certain things. You guys have all heard the cliche, don't take a picture with a fish, yet so many guys do it. You'd be amazed at how many clients send me a goddamn fish picture. And I get it, bro. The best day of my life, I caught 23 fish. 23 fish. Up in the mountains of Colorado, I was lure fishing in this river. It was just fucking hitting, man. Every cast, I got a fish. Believe me, I wanted to take a picture with my 23 fish on a string and put it on my dating app profile, but I didn't because I understand how much that grosses women out. Women focus on the fish. They don't focus on your accomplishment of catching the fish, okay? Fish is disgusting. It smells, it's slimy, it's gross. They don't want to see it. So don't add it to your dating profile. Please, God in the sky above, don't do it because every other schlep does it. One other picture I do suggest is you with an animal. Perhaps a kitten, a puppy, a parrot, a frog, a lizard, a rat, a freaking ostrich with you on the back of it. Doesn't matter. You with an animal is really good. You with a kid, and then the caption says, me with my nephew. And if you're ripped, shirt off, doing something athletic, not the old shirt off selfie in the mirror kind of vibe. Okay, so your shirt is off, you're like climbing a wall and somebody took a picture of it, you're on the beach throwing a frisbee and you're kind of shredded, right? You got gills down by your Adonis belt and your freaking chest is just popping out of the bureau. If you look like that, I would suggest having that on there, but not try hard looking. Okay, it's that balance. And again, if you work with me, I go through your pictures. Next thing, boys, is to start approaching women. Now, immediately, right? The dating apps is pretty much number 2 when it comes to this being number 1 of things guys don't want to do. Approach women? Fuck that. I'm taking Allison back, even though she looks like a canyon mule who got a face transplant surgery from a sea donkey. Even though she looks like that, I'm going to take her back just because I don't want to approach. Relax, bro. Relax. David, this one's for you. Relax. Relax, bro. You guys got to watch the video. David always did that. He has hands up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lady, stop trying to suck my dick. I just met you. Okay? So relax, boys. Okay? I'm going to give you the easy way to do it. And all you do is approach and eject, as I often talk about as well on this podcast, which is you go up, you say something innocuous, quick question, ask for directions, say my cell phone died. Do you have the time? Give a quick compliment. Hey, I like your shoes. I love the way they match your earrings. Keep up the good work. High five. And then you bounce. You eject before she can reject. The reason we do this is so we get you warmed up again, especially for those of you who have been in a relationship for a long time. You may be out of the game for sometimes decades. I work with guys who have been married for 3+ decades. They thought this was their soulmate and she cheated on him, or because of his lack of frame and his lack of confidence and his lack of ambition, she lost attraction for him and she left him. And by the way, boys, I don't help guys get their ex-girlfriend back. I help guys get new women into their lives. Because again, I believe if it didn't work out the first time, why mess with it? Why spill the Coke and then like go suck it up with the straw off the ground when it's sitting in some weeds that had Roundup weed killer sprayed on them for 3 weeks straight, and you're basically drinking pesticides, God damn it. That's the way I look at it. My first girlfriend cheated on me. It was largely my fault. Okay, I take responsibility, but I didn't take her back. I never got back together with that chick. I fixed myself because it was largely my fault and it wasn't meant to be, right? If she cheats on you, you did something wrong and it's not meant to be. It's just my opinion. Move on. Cancel her, block her, delete her number, go get on the dating apps and start cold approaching. As you begin to cold approach, boys, I'm guaranteeing you, okay? I see it time and time again. Please heed my advice here. You are going to get used to it and it's not going to be fearful for you anymore. You are going to look at strangers as friends I haven't met yet. And that's a philosophy I want you to have. You are now single and ready to mingle. You have to have the philosophy, strangers are friends I haven't met yet. And you go talk to everybody. Innocent, innocuous conversations. We don't hit on women until they're attracted to us. Now, obviously, I have 20 minutes in this episode to give you a very 10,000 foot rundown. I can't teach you all the techniques in this episode, but if you're to go through my podcast and look for certain things, first of all, frame control, massively important, the most important thing when attracting women. Other techniques like push-pull, cold reading, storytelling, the podcast I just did, how to build sexual tension, got one on texting, got one on first date, second date, how to build physical escalations. I know a lot of you guys like to cherry pick my content because you don't want to come work with me for whatever reason, right? Some of you guys, it's money. Some of you guys is you don't trust me, whatever it is, and that's cool. There's so much content out there that I have. But as I think you'll find, Once you've cherry picked, usually it takes guys about 5 episodes, about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half, 2 hours of listening to me, they want to hire me. I get guys every single day. I have more applicants than I know what to do with, and I treat them all like brothers because they trust me enough to come ask me for help to come into my program, and I'm going to treat you like you're my brother. So if you want to meet with us on a free 1-hour session to talk about how we can get you these results, sign up on my website. The link is in the description below. But what I want you to do for the first, 3-4 weeks is open and eject, get used to speaking to women, and then go and do things. Build what I call the top of your funnel. The top of your funnel is from social game and or being in a position where your position gets you girls. For example, I was a bouncer for 5 years. Best decision I ever made in my life. 5 years as a bouncer, I cannot tell you. Literally, God is the only one who understands how many goddamn girls I got out of that job. It was a top of funnel where I was in a power position with the ability to meet a continuous stream. Think about this, a continuous stream of updating girls who were super hot and just like you, ready to mingle. And then when they got mad at me because I didn't text them back, they just wouldn't come back to the bar. That's top of funnel. Now, do you have to go get a job as a bouncer? Let's say you're like 51 listening to this and you're a divorcee who's, in the stock market. You're like, the literal fuck, I'm not going to go do that. Okay, relax. You can put yourself in social situations where you have that value, where you meet certain people, okay? Your net worth is dictated by your network. So now we're becoming networkers. We're talking to people everywhere we go. We're joining groups, doing hobbies, putting ourselves out there and getting social. When you get 3 signs of attraction from a woman, signs of attraction are playing with their hair, asking you personal questions, going into your personal space, touching you, laughing at jokes that aren't funny, general deer in the headlights look. And a lot of people ask me, well, what is that? I want you to imagine, and you can Google this if you want, a girl going into Justin Bieber's changing room and sitting there looking at him with her googly eyes. That's the deer in the headlights look. If you get 3 of those signs of attraction, then what I want you to do is qualify her. Okay. And I know this is like a crash course, but I'm just trying to give you as much good stuff in as small as a time as possible so you can start getting results. What you want to do is qualify her. Here's the question. What would your best friend say is the coolest thing about you? The reason we ask this is because if she's willing to sell herself to you, that means she's subconsciously proving to herself that she's more attracted to you than she might actually be. Think about that. If I try to sell myself to you like, dude, I'm a great coach. All my guys get results. Come on, man. Come on. I swear I'm going to work so hard for you. I'm actually going to want you more than before I did that because I'm trying to sell myself to you. So what we do is we make the woman sell herself to us. What would your best friend say is the coolest thing about you? When she does sell herself to us, she's unconsciously getting more attracted to us, and it proves to us that she is attracted to us where we go for the phone number. Okay, so let's go from square one. I'm going to give you a couple other tips, and then we're going to wrap this up. First of all, dating apps. I know they suck. Just get on them, you see donkey. Secondly, approach and eject to get used to talking to people. Thirdly, get into hobbies, groups, maybe get a job that puts you in an alpha position where you can meet lots of girls. Your net worth is dictated by your network. Okay, next thing is when you're speaking to women, you use the techniques that I teach in this podcast, but of course, more importantly, in my 3-month coaching program, you get her attracted to you, you get 3. That's right, at least 3 signs of attraction. Touching her hair, laughing at jokes that aren't funny, asking you personal questions, coming into your personal space, touching you, jumping into the air, and sliding right onto your dick. These are signs of attraction to where then you ask her a qualifying question. The question I suggest is, what would your best friend say is the coolest thing about you? If she answers it and sells herself to you, then you simply say this, you seem cool, why don't you toss me your number and we'll catch up some other time. Okay, she gives you her number, then you text her the next day at 6 p.m. with all the tips that I give throughout my Instagram, YouTube, everywhere else you can find me, but more specifically on my podcast. You can look up texting on my podcast to figure out what to text her, set up the first date, and then you execute the first date like a goddamn champ. I want you rinsing and repeating that MFer, which means do it again and again and again until you're dating at least 4 girls. If you're dating 4 girls where you literally need to keep a spreadsheet of all the different girls you're talking to, then you are going to forget about your ex-girlfriend so fast when she calls you and she says, hey, what are you doing? You're like, nothing. But in the back of your head, you're like, oh shit, I have 3 dates over the next 2 days. That's what I'm doing. And why was I so into this girl in the first place? Why? Usually because of scarcity. Scarcity, you didn't have options. My job is to give you options. The way to get options is to put as many hooks in the water as you can. Back to the fishing reference. I don't want you putting goddamn fish on your dating profiles, you see, donkey, but I do want you putting as many hooks in the water to catch fish of women and dates and attention from women as possible. Because the more dates that you get, the more abundance you have, and it goes into my golden rule. What's the golden rule, gentlemen, who have been listening to this podcast? I wish we had like an interactive online kind of thing going right now. That's right. What would I do if I were dating 4 girls? Any decision you have with the woman, you run it through that filter. What would I do if I were dating 4 girls? Well, when you are dating 4 girls, you act correctly, don't you? You're not going to double text her. You're not going to wonder what she's doing. You're not going to be needy, which is one of the most unattractive things. You're going to be like, meh, whatever. And then she's going to start chasing you. This is the way to get over your ex-girlfriend. This is the way to meet a high quality woman who will be your next girlfriend. And this is the way to get into abundance. More hooks in the water. And of course, this is a central tenet to my teaching. I want to get as many girls into your life as possible so that you can be like David, who is getting more ass than the toilet seat. The guy doesn't know what to do with himself. And then he writes me an email saying, girls are saying to me left and right, I don't usually do this, which by the way, David, I've heard many times myself too, right? I don't do this, Mark, I swear. And I'm like, yeah, right. You're doing it right now, aren't you? I don't say that. I'm like, oh, I know, sweetie. I know. I don't do it either, right? And I almost have to like prevent myself from laughing as I say that. I'm like, I don't do it either. Bullshit. I do it all the time because I got fucking abundance. What would I do if I were dating 4 girls? So if you just got broken up with, brother, there's hope. Believe me. If you feel, man, I'm too old, I've been out of the game, I don't know what to talk about, I'm insecure, believe me, brother. Man to man, brother to brother, warrior to warrior, heart to fucking heart. I've heard it thousands of times, and I've helped tens of thousands of guys get over it. You can look at every single coaching application, including David's, and it will say, I don't know what to do. I've been out of the game for so long. I don't know what to talk about. I'm insecure. I have all these issues. What do I do? What do I do? And they feel completely hopeless. 3 months with me, they're just like girl magnets. And they're better than 99.99% of other dudes because most guys don't train like this. Most guys just wing it and hope it works out for them and or choose a girl who chooses them. Fewer guys will listen to a podcast like this one and try to implement what I teach. And even fewer guys come into a program like mine and become the top 1%. Why is it that 20% of guys get 80% of the women? It's because only that select number of dudes are willing to improve themselves to work on this shit. It's a skill set. Just like hitting a baseball, kicking a soccer ball, getting good at golf. Okay. What do most golf players who are really good? What is their secret? Training. It's very simple. I hired a coach to teach me how to do it. Why wouldn't you hire somebody to get you up to the mountain? If you guys look at my Instagram page right now, it's getting way better. The videos are 100 times better. Why? Because I hired somebody to help me. I'm no idiot. I hired video editors, professionals who know what they're doing. I'm not going to sit there on iMovie or whatever trying to make my own videos. Fuck that. They're like, look, this is how you do it. This is how you get more views, more podcast listeners. And I'm like, okay, show me your ways, oh wise one. And it's working. It's working. And that's why too, I'm on this video right here. Because they're like, bro, you need to go on video. I'm like, why? So people can watch me talking and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'll do video now. I'll do my hair, right? I'll wear the collared shirt. I'll put on the nice watch and like show my tattoos and my cool logo in the back. And I'll try to make them like me more, right? It's just, you got to do what you got to do, what works. And I want to teach you guys what works. So give me the chance to meet you, man. Come sign up with me, CoachMarkSing.com. Click on coaching, fill in the quick application. You and I are going to email back and forth a little bit to get to know each other. And yes, it's me. It's not automated. I email. We get to know each other personally. And then you're going to meet with my team. Right now, I got Victor Lynch, fucking champion, who too has been through the program, to meet with you on a free one-on-one breakthrough session. It's an NLP session, neuro-linguistic programming, to talk about your issues, your belief systems, your experience, where your sticking points are, and to see if we can at least 10x your results. We're not pushy. We're not try hard. We just want to see if we can help you because that's all we care about. So if you've just broken up with your girlfriend and you want to work with us, we are available to you, brother. But first, before you do that, if you haven't heard much of my stuff, go search around, man. Go search around for texting, frame control, super important one, storytelling, push-pull, cold reading, first date, physical escalations. I got all of it strewn throughout my podcast. But of course, more importantly, it's curated and drip fed to you over 3 months in my 3-month coaching program. Plus, I make an NLP custom protocol for you. Plus, you get to join the Brotherhood Facebook group, 500 veterans in my program, and all the other cool coaching that comes with working with me and my team. Absolute gangster shit. And it's why every single guy who graduates gets the same results that David did. Emails me like, oh my God, bro, I can't believe it. And yeah, they all turned into like Turkish Armenian guys. I don't know why, but they all do. So anyway, guys, I do appreciate you listening. I drop podcasts on Mondays and Thursdays, so please stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you in the next episode.